And we are live. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of OTBN 365. I am the first time host. I'm the Prez, Chris LeBron of the Off the Ball Network. Now, what's funny is I'm doing this for the first time, and I've done podcasts and live shows countless, hundreds of times. Just recorded before, and you might have seen my face before, just before. And I did a whole show and I did it on mute. And I might be on mute again. So I'm going to have to check because so I don't mess this up again. Just rookie mistake. And I'm live. See, I just heard my voice. I'm good. So we're here. I'm happy to be with you guys. And game 7 Sunday in the National Basketball Association. And we're going to go right back into talking about these game sevens and what this means for some of the players involved, legacies, and some of the teams going forward if they lose today in game 7. So we got the first matchup that I'm going to discuss and going to talk about the Boston Celtics, the Milwaukee Bucks, game 7 at the Garden, at the Boston Garden. Obviously, Knicks fan. The Garden will always be Madison Square Garden, but I don't want to upset the Boston fans. So game 7 today. This series has been one of probably the most entertaining series of this round and maybe of the playoffs. It has been physical. It is in everything we wanted in a series, and it culminates in a game 7. It has been like I said, it has been a fun series. It has been physical, and it has been just unpredictable. Also, road team has I think won 4 games this series. Um, so with I think the last 3 road teams winning, so it's kind of been unpredictable. But in this series, and before when I was doing the show, I had gone talk about JT, Mr. Jason Tatum, maybe an All NBA performer this year, had a tremendous season, and the word superstar has been thrown around a lot, right? Superstar, and he's one of those guys that's to me knocking on the door. I don't think he is a superstar. Some may say he's a superstar. He has superstar talent, that's for damn sure, and he is a potential future MVP. I wrote an article on the network, maybe this time, sometime last season, and he was one of my top. I think my number 1 or 2 on my top. Him and Luca were 1 and 2 in my top 25 under 25. So he is definitely one of the faces of this league and someone that's going to win an MVP. I believe he will do that and be the face of this league. But he had a superstar game 6. Like he put his team on his back and took care of business with 46 points. Took care of business. He did exactly what he needed to do. He was efficient, which has been one thing that I think some people have criticized JT of maybe, putting up the points, but not being the most efficient of players, you know. But he took his team on his back. His team needed him, and he got the W. On the road in a tough environment, right? The defending world champions. And this is with Giannis going for 44. So he did his thing. Tremendous game he had, and show that he can be. Now it all could be mute. It all can mean nothing if he lays an egg in game 7 and doesn't perform. Same thing like we talked about with Kevin Durant last year, right? Kevin Durant had that tremendous game and put his team on his back against the Bucks. And then game 7, it doesn't happen, right? And then you kind of forget, well, Kevin Durant just had one of the most greatest games of all time. And this is what we saw from Jason Tatum last game. This is one of the best performances we've seen in recent memory, But it all doesn't mean anything if he doesn't get the job done in this game. And but to me, it's kind of simple. To me, it's very, very simple. The big 3 needs to step up. The big 3 needs to do what they did last game. I think Smart had 21, Brown had 24 or something like that, and Tatum with the 46. That happens again. We're talking about, them advancing. So it's something that it's something that if they do that, it's going to be tough for Milwaukee. It is absolutely going to be tough for Milwaukee to win this, to win. And Milwaukee needs their guys to step up. They need their role players are going to step up. And this is where Boston not even having, this is with Boston not even having Al Horford doing anything on offense. And no one else doing anything on offense. I think Derek White had like 8 or 9 points. That was it. Because the big three had over 80 points. Like they did their job. And they let Giannis go off and no one else really do anything else. And that took care of business. And that's what you're going to need again. That is exactly where you're going to need again to win this game. It's that simple. Another performance like that, and the Bucks may just get run off their court. So it's going to be interesting to see what Coach Bud does as far as adjustments to in order to ensure that doesn't happen again. Because if JT and Brown are doing their thing, you can't allow Marcus to do his thing too, because then that's going to put you in a tough situation. Now, if you just let JT and Brown do this thing and you kind of neutralize Smart, then you're going to have a chance. But it also means you need Bobby Portis to step up and not just have 4 points. And Connaughton's going to have to do something off the bench. So it's tough. And for Jason Tatum, this is a legacy game. This is an opportunity to be, like some guys have said, to be a superstar, to be a true superstar, or at least knock on the door and be like, I'm coming, I'm here. It is a big, big, big opportunity for Jason Tatum to really put his stamp on potentially being a superstar. And I'm really looking forward to this. But Giannis needs some help. Someone needs to step up. Drew's going to have to step up. Drew is going to have to step up and make some big-time perimeter shots. We know what he can do, defending, but he's going to have to step up offensively for this team in order to have a chance. And if he doesn't do that, then it's going to be a tough sledding. It's going to be tough sledding for this team. So it's very intriguing, very intriguing. I expect Horford to hit some big shots, at home. I think he'll show up at home and hit some big shots. He played great defensively and rebounded well in that last game. So I think he's going to hit big shots. And I think if you add him to that big three and he does something, Milwaukee might not have a shot. Those 4 guys do what they usually do. You got Horford hitting 3-4 3-pointers, Marcus Smart getting 15 plus points, JT getting 35, Brown getting 25. It might get ugly. So, they're going to have to force Tatum to take some bad shots. You'll let him get comfortable taking those deep 3-pointers or those contested shots in the perimeter, and don't let Marcus Smart do anything offensively. Don't let him get in rhythm, because if he gets in rhythm, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because just Milwaukee is not going to have enough firepower offensively to be able to counter. It's going to be Giannis just running into the lane. And he looked spent last game, right? I don't know if y'all saw it. He looked tired. Giannis is looking tired. And that's something I don't think you want. If you're Milwaukee, that's what you want in Boston. So, we'll see what happens. It's going to be very intriguing. I'm excited to see what Ime Udoka has game planned and ready to go for this game. So, he has really turned around this team since the turn of the new year. And I mean, essentially, they've been probably the best team, if not, definitely the best team in the East since. So, going to be interesting. Going to be very interesting. Um, but a legacy game for JT, to be that next, to be knocking on the superstar, that superstar table that I think is, just a few guys in there. And if he continues the way he's going and he gets to the finals, wins finals MVP, wins a chip, I'll officially sign the official Jason Tatum is now a superstar letter of intent. But big game, excited. I'm going to take Boston because just for a lot of those reasons. I think Horford's going to hit some big shots and continue to play solid defense and make it tough on Giannis. So you're obviously not going to stop Giannis, but make it tough on him. And I think their role players step up. I think Mark Smart plays big. I think that stench of that, those 2 turnovers he had in Game 5. I think he's on a mission to prove. Defensive Player of the Year, wants to prove that he can do it. So I think they get it done. I think JT maybe not 46, but I think he gets 35. I think something similar. I think maybe not all 3 guys 20 plus, but I think enough to get it done and frustrate, because Milwaukee definitely look spent after Game 6. And I think the physicality is getting to them. And if you're honest, so I think Boston wins this and advances to the Eastern Conference Finals and take on Solo Mo's Miami Heat. So that'll it's gonna be fun to watch this game. On the other side, Western Conference semis, Game 7. Another legacy type game for some players and for some teams, and for one team in particular, a team that we thought, that was 2 wins away from winning an NBA championship, up 2-0, and didn't get the job done. Came back, and I thought they would get back here. They were my favorites to win the championship this year, and they're on the brink of elimination. Game 7, Suns, Dallas. Dallas is playing with house money. They ain't got nothing to lose. They got nothing to lose. They lose this, it's like, all right, well, it's Luka and a bunch of guys. Luka was banged up. This is cool. But for the Suns, it could be bad. It could be officially the end of their little. And some people may have thought this would be like a 4-year thing, possibly 3-4 years. I think it could be the beginning. It could be closed. That window of winning a championship, sometimes you got to capitalize. But they're up 2-0 last year, and they didn't get the job done. And if they lose at home to Luka's another dude. He might be. I talked about Jason Tatum being on the brink of superstardom. Luka, man, he gets there. He has a monster. He might be there already, because he's just that damn special, and he ain't doing it with anyone that is, Jalen Brunson's obviously playing tremendous basketball, and that man's going to get paid. Maybe he's a future New York Knick next season. Well, only time will tell, but Luka's doing it with Spencer Dinwiddie and, like I said, Jalen Brunson, Dwight Powell, Finney Smith. He's not doing it with a bunch of stars. Like, at least JT, he got Jay Brown, and he got a defensive player there, Mark Smart. Al Horford's a former all-star. Got some guys, but Luka's, man, he's putting his team on his back. And JT has done it for a couple games. Luka's been doing it since he got there, and he's done it this whole series, and that's him being banged up too. He's been super impressive, man, and he has a chance to really just have a special moment, all-time type of game. I could feel it. Last game had 33, almost a triple-double. I feel like a 40-point, 45-point banger from him. But there's a lot of pressure for the Suns. A lot of pressure on someone. What CP are we going to get? What CP3 are we going to get? Are we going to get point guard? Are we going to get the point guard? Or are we going to get the guy that everyone associates with down 3-1 and I don't like to use the word choke, but some people would say choking in big games. So that's going to be huge, you know. And I think if they lose this going forward, I mean, he's getting older, and it seems like he's finally. It may seem like Father Time has finally caught up to him. Like I said, has not had the greatest of series. He just feels like it's finally catching up to him. You know, first 2 games he played, you know, he played solid, and then since game 3, he just hasn't been the same. I mean, game 3, what they lose only 12 points, just 4 assists. He had more turnovers than assists. Then you go to game 4, just 5 points in the loss. 2 turnovers, 7 assists. Then game 5, 7 points. And in game 6, 13 points. He's gonna have to step up because he's gonna have to step up, and Booker's gonna have to have a superstar moment. He's gonna have a superstar moment. He's another one we talk about on the brink. Maybe he could be a superstar. Have a tremendous year. Maybe he's all NBA this year, all NBA first team, second team. You're gonna have to have a superstar type game. So I'm looking forward to see how he performs. Can't perform like he did last game. 6-17 ain't gonna get done. You're gonna have to step up like you did in game 4. And just take his team on his back. In game 5, I mean. So it is a huge game. Huge game. Suns at home. They should be the favorite. They should win. They should win handily. The fact this has gone 7 is kind of wild. And there's also been a series where it hasn't been relatively close. It's kind of been a lot of blowouts in this series so far. But I don't expect that in game 7. I think this is going to be a close, contested battle. And we're going to see some good basketball. This is exciting. Game 7 Sunday, baby. Game 7 Sunday. I'm excited. But you know what I'm going to – and I was on Slump Busters, I think a few days ago. I'm going with Dallas. I think Dallas pulls it off. I think the Dallas Mavericks pull it off. I think they get it done. I think Luka's just going to have a all-worldly type game. I think Jalen Brunson's gonna help out and give some good minutes and just show out. And because this is big for him too, because he's a free agent. And so this is a big money game for him. He can stamp his whatever, that blank check and put whatever number he wants for this offseason. He's been relatively good these last 4 games of the series. So I'm excited. I'm very excited for this game. Like I said, can Phoenix just handle it? I got to see Ayton more. Got to get Ayton active. Got to get Ayton active in this game. We got to get him active and ready, and get him involved quick, because Dallas doesn't really have anyone to really handle him. That's probably the one biggest mismatch they have. Dwight Powell, Finney Smith on him. That they should take more advantage of that, and I think that should be the game plan. A lot of pick and roll, a lot of pick and pops with him. Let him dominate. I feel like they've kind of blanketed him at times. Let him dominate. Because Dallas doesn't have anyone that can contain him. Physically, and I feel like we sometimes they don't realize that, like, they don't have anyone that can handle him. So take advantage. And for Dallas also, they're going to need some of their bench guys to ball out. You need Maxi Kleber to have one of those Maxi Kleber games where he hits 6 threes. On the road. You're going to need that. You're going to need them to travel. His shot needs to travel. Bert Towns, you need something for Bert Towns. Making a lot of money, just playing, in not hit shots. But even if it's just he takes 5 shots and he hits 2-3 threes, that'll help. Whatever you can get. You can't have like how he played, I believe, in Game 4. How he plays that way, that's going to spell good things for Dallas. And get CP out of his comfort zone. You do that, and I think Dallas is going to be able to do that. And get the job done. Like if you kind of look at like how Game 4 went, where even Luka didn't shoot the ball relatively well. They played great. CP was a non-factor, and they let Booker do his thing. But Bridges is another one. Gotta step up. Bridges gotta step up. They just paid him a lot of money this year. He needs to play big. He needs to score the ball. We know what he does defensively, and he's going to be huge. Playing on Luka and Dinwiddie and all those guys, but he needs to step up too offensively. Definitely needs to step up offensively, and definitely have to be in double digits. I think he's had a couple of single digit games. Game 5 and Game 4 and Game 6. He's had single digit games, so he's going to step up. Hit some threes. He's gonna have to take more than just at least 4 or 5 threes and hit some for them. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be exciting. Another exciting game, But I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna go with the Dallas Mavericks. Like I said, I think it's gonna be close. I think Luka is gonna hit some crazy shots, and I think he's gonna get the job done. I think we're gonna get the upset. So I got the Dallas Mavericks upsetting the Suns, and then that just puts the Suns in a whole lot of trouble going forward. So, but that's for a whole nother show. We could do that. So I'm excited. So I got the Boston Celtics taking care of business in Game 7 versus Milwaukee, and I have the Dallas Mavericks going to the Western Conference Finals out west, playing the Warriors. Boston takes on Miami. Game 7 Sunday. I'm excited. I know you are. Can't wait to dive into some of the games. I'm gonna be able to watch the first game. Fortunately, I work overnight, so gonna miss it, but I'll catch it on the phone on the ride while I'm in the truck. Nonetheless, it's gonna be a great set of games. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this show. I hope you enjoy the content we provide. Tomorrow, we're dropping the new website. We redesigned it and all that good stuff. So make sure to be on the lookout. OTB_network on Twitter to follow for more updates. Make sure to like, subscribe, whatever on YouTube, do all that. We count our followers again a little up, so we're trying to get that base going, trying to provide daily content for you guys. We got a lot of great stuff. We got a lot of great content creators at the network that have really been holding it down. We got a lot of cool stuff on the works. Got some game shows, NBA drafts upon us. I'm gonna be diving into a whole lot of NBA draft stuff like I've done the last few years. So we got mock drafts, interviews with some prospects that I got in the works. So I'm very excited about that. We got baseball stuff with Cole and all in the company. We got betting with Walker and Kenneth, and we got basketball. We got movies. We got movie reviews, and I'm excited. Finally, when I get to rock it with Jeff and talk any given Sunday, for and review that. That's gonna be exciting. I know Jeff's got some cool things in store with that. So very excited for what we got coming up. Make sure to, like I said, like, subscribe. Make sure to rate, review 5 stars on Apple, Spotify. Check us out. Follow us, like I said, on Twitter, OTB_network, on Instagram, Off the Ball Network. Gonna post more stuff on the Instagram, Facebook. Like us, our road to 1K likes, follows on Facebook continues, and like I said, Game 7 Sunday. I'm very excited. Can't wait. We got I think Mo Drop is going to be doing a show later with Walker, I believe. Maybe they'll discuss that. Maybe I'll maybe do a recap right after Boston. But like I said, follow me, Off the Ball Pod, on Twitter, Off the Ball Podcast on Instagram, Facebook. Follow the show on my podcast show on Facebook. And say all my shows are all Off the Ball Network on YouTube. So on that note, be well, be safe, take care. OTBN, we out.